I need to get quicker at changing these things. Bam. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Today we're actually doing what I wanted to do for like the last few streams. God, my hair looks kind of fucky today. Look like a douchebag. Yes! The new sounds aren't implemented yet. I'm going to try to implement them before the next stream. 64 sounds of pure agony for myself. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun, I think. Yifon is gonna have a field day. But let's just continue. Oh, chapter 5. My bad, my bad. We just started chapter 5. What did we even do last time? Also, I'm just gonna record this as well because I need more footage. So we've listened to them. Not yet, I downloaded them yesterday. I sadly overslept. That didn't wake up the time I wanted to like set everything up. And I sadly won't have time once the stream is over because I am going somewhere and not returning before like tomorrow evening. But no, Lantern. I'm going to implement every last one of them. Says you have been only using 2 so far. That is fair, that is fair. Maybe it's gonna change once there's more. Maybe that's gonna change. I hope I don't have a character limit in my comment section. I still need to find the ex-gardener. I should check in with Lucas at the school. I gotta do work. I must bring my mother to attend the funeral. I arrived at the funeral that happened. Seance. We need to do the seance ritual this time. I remember it's been a hot minute. Who's Richard? What? By the way, sir, news has arrived that Fritz Carnell has died, brother-in-law of Lord Richard Carnell. You should bring your mother to the funeral service in the cathedral tomorrow evening. Who is Richard Carnell? He is chief advisor to your uncle Gervais and important assistant to running the political affairs of the barony. Spend 0 skill points to detect something. I noticed something odd about the way he stresses the words important assistant. You don't like Carnell then? My lord, I admit I do not. He seems to have an inordinate amount of influence over your uncle. Not good, not good. I called her mother as she walked by me, but she seemed oblivious to my presence.
Where is that damn cook? Zelig will be back soon and there's nothing to eat.
There's so many ghosts around the house by now. The bottles are still here. Look at all these ghosts just chilling in our local garden. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just going to the school and like getting my money. Hello, children. It's time for school. Oh wait, it's probably too early. It is evening. Okay, then I need to... I thought it was early morning, okay. And just leave outside and... Bip. Bip. Bip.
Hello, dear cousin.
And that, children, was how our dear city of Mans came to be founded. Ah, blur! My cousin turned to greet me. Several pairs of eyes glanced in my direction. You've just arrived at the end of our history lesson. Allow me a moment. Lucas addressed the classroom. Are there any questions about the wonderful city? No? Then you are dismissed for now. As soon as they uttered the words dismissed, a clatter of feet sounded against the floor, and the children crowded past me and out the door. As Peter paced by, I noticed he had a small, familiar-looking pendant clutched in his hand. He left before I could stop him. Well.
Hello, dear cousin.
Hello again, cousin. You may have heard the news. A colleague of my father has died, a man called Fritz Karnel. You should bring your mother to the funeral service this evening in the cathedral. I will, thank you, Lucas. Bid my cousin farewell. Did I fuck up some work? Did I need to go in the morning? I thought I needed to go in, like, afternoon. Well, maybe I fucked up. Haunted real estate and cursed haunted antiquities. My favorite niche American industry. Wait, I just realized something. America exists by this point in time. Victorian England, yes? I have no idea, actually. This probably isn't like an American colony, is it? Ooh, weird West shenanigans. That sounds fun. Who knows, maybe Red Dead Redemption Undead, this Undead DLC is true. Hello, Maya. Can I talk to you? Maya, talk to me. Well, okay, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just take my mother to the funeral. Ah, it's automatic. I took my mother's hand as we stepped inside the cathedral. The funeral was starting. She seemed so frail and so unsure of everything. Soon after entering, my stomach churned and I began to feel quite queasy. My head spun a little. I felt like an early morning after too much beer. Several people turned and nodded to us as we took our seats. Gervais himself was here with Aunt Belle and my cousin Lucas. Behind them I saw my uncle's aide, Richard Karnel. He whose brother had passed and who was laid in the coffin at the front. The other woman with red hair must have been Karnel's wife, looking sour as she glowered at me. We sat behind them. Some of the congregation I knew, but many I did not. Sophia was here with an older man who I presumed to be her father, though I had never met him. We gather here today to celebrate the life of Fritz Karnel, who has now returned to his home with our God, the Father. As the funeral continued, my head started to swim, and I thought that I might vomit. Oh shit! Is like the holy ground at this point actually like hurting us? Oh my god, imagine that. That all of these rituals have made us so connected with like the dark side that entering a church is now making it making us nauseous. That would be insane. Better the little that the righteous have than the wealth of the wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. I'm just imagining this game coinciding with Blood West. No, this is something else. The guy that got ghost murdered is in the hospital now. And you've barely touched the dark power. Just the grave mist and torpor so far, right? Yep, exactly. I made the potion and I made the mist that accidentally like almost killed my best friend. What we currently are doing is like get the seance running. So like I think it was to like talk to the dead. Like talk to our father specifically. As he spoke these words, I saw his flesh melt away, and beneath it a grinning skull, which continued to drone the holy words. A dark smoke seemed to build around me, and I sensed the presence of many souls here who others did not see. I pitched forward from my seat and collapsed on the floor. Oh shit. When I awoke, I was outside the cathedral. A commoner attended to me as my mother hovered nearby.
Good. You're awake. How do you feel now?
Vomited on yourself in the... Okay, that's an interesting achievement I just got. Unholy Mandel. Vomited on yourself in a funeral mass. Damn. How do you think I feel, you idiot? No, I'm just gonna limit it now. Better now, thank you.
You were shouting a whole lot of things I don't rightly follow. About dead faces and evil spirits gathering around you.
My poor baby, he is not well. Thank you, Mama. I will be okay. And who are you, sir?
Just a humble candle maker. I run a stall near the east gate.
Oh. As my head continued to clear, the cathedral bell called out again. Soon the congregation began to appear from within. Apart from the chief mourners who had doubtless moved with the corpse down to the grim in the cathedral's basement. Though I don't think you ever met my father before. Sophia's father bowed, then straightened and shook my hand. My hopefully not puked hand.
I'm so sorry for your loss, my lord. Your father was a good man, and a hero. However, I know that Sophia is pleased that you're home, notwithstanding the circumstances. Good friends are so important.
We will leave you for now, Blur. I can't see that others wish to speak to you.
Sorry for your loss. Lady Juliana, this is a difficult time. I hope you're feeling improved since last we spoke.
I knew Isaac, of course, though I don't believe we had ever spoken before. He was a farmer, and together with his wife Hannah, he worked the fields right outside the city north gate. I also knew that he was an old flame of my mother's from the time before she met and was swept off her feet by my father. Hello, Habit. Thank you, Isaac. Everyone has been so kind. He smiled at me then. Oh, jeez. All the loud out reading is making me yawn for some reason. A warm and caring expression.
If you need anything at all, do not hesitate. Though of humble means, I'm here for you. And of course, my wife Hannah too.
Oh, Isaac, it's you! So lovely to see you again. Thank you. I do get lonely when Zelig is away. Uh-oh. Noticing the body language, they exchanged a private glance. Words unspoken, but deep feelings, it seemed. Oh, shit.
Hello, what happened? Were you flying a beast?
Oh, no. Children. The little girl bounced around in front of me, hopping from foot to foot and brandishing a wooden sword. Seeing by my bemused state, she stopped and glared at me.
I am Kala, an adventurer!
Aw. No, go away! Yes, I was in a fight to the death with a wicked beast, but I won.
You are a hero then. You're like Zelly.
She raised her weapon to the sky in a triumphant pose. Then she stood still again, a little deflated.
But Daddy don't let me play that game.
Just then I noticed a smaller child tucked in behind her, standing timidly and tugging at her tunic. A boy of about 3, still a little unsteady on his feet.
No, Carla. That. Daddy said he don't like Zelly game.
No. Carla glanced at Isaac, unsure of herself for a second, but her father stood silent, watching. A younger woman came over reluctantly, following her father to check on me.
Lady Juliana, I am so sorry. Lord Zelig was savior of Roxton and much beloved in Mons.
Her kind words were betrayed by her sullen face, scowling at Juliana against her intent.
Carla, Mark, my children, please, do not bother these good people. Come, come. We must be getting home to milk the cows.
I was left alone with my mother. Isaac's wife, Hannah, seemed unfriendly. You seemed to share a private moment with Isaac just now. Hannah was kinda unfriendly. She doesn't like me much, I'm afraid. She never did. She feels like Isaac's second choice, I think. Aww. Well, I've always been friendly to her. She obsesses with my liaison. About my how do you say this? Liaison? And also, yeah, I was having a funny reaction because you really should stop just gifting me games. It's too much. Keep your money. Which was before I met your father, of course. It must be 25 years ago. Seemed like you were sharing a private moment with Isaac just now. I don't know what you're talking about. Though we were romantically attached many years ago, we're just acquaintances now. Everything changed when I met your father. He was the true love of my life. She seems a lot more clearer right now. Apparently, like seeing an old lover of her really made her like come back for a bit. Did you see Isaac much over the intervening years? It's technically still less than Dapper gifted you. I still don't know why he did that. I liked it a lot. I'm still playing the game, but I still don't know why he just gifted me like a €70 game. Liaison. Ah. It means form a relationship in this context? Huh, interesting. I have never heard of this word. No! What are you accusing me of? You know exactly what I'm suggesting? There's more to this than meets the eye, isn't there? Yes, of course, I meant not. I don't want to accuse my mother, let's be honest here. Come on, I'll bring you home now. So don't complain about me gifting you games. Still, it's a lot of money. It had been a long and difficult day, and I was suddenly overcome with a great weariness. I lay my head against the crisp, starched fabric, and a long-awaited slumber enveloped me. Am I just laying down in the middle of the room? The exertions of the last few days melted away like fat rendered from bone. I almost read like fart rendered from bone. But that fat makes it definitely more sense. You want to? I don't want to though. No, you know I'm always very thankful for your gifts. All of your gifts have been like very fun group activities. I felt the sinews of my psyche break and repair themselves into something stronger, and from within this chamber a regrowth. What is going on? I am so sorry. I slept more than enough. Why am I yawning so much? Anyone know like a thing how I can stop yawning? And from within this chamber, a regrowth, a soft light began to emerge. First blue, and then a dappled green, hued at the edges by the warm tones of brickwork. Around me, a scene began to form, accompanied by the strange discordant singing of creatures that were not quite birds. I found myself near the front of my family's home, facing the dock where I had whiled away my youthful mornings. Ahead of me, a boy sat at the edge of the water. He stared at his own feet, dangling them over the blanks, teasing the swimming fish below, which in fact were not quite fish. Hello? The boy did not turn to face me, but giggled strangely at the creature splashing and jostling towards his toes.
That's enough for now, little ones. There will be plenty to eat later.
Is it us as a child? The boy placed his hands against the coarse wood of the dock and began to raise his body. Pinching my earlobe is gonna be hard. Every time I'm gonna yawn, you're gonna see We can try. I heard something about like pressing like the spot on your nose by the lip. Or like touching the ceiling of your mouth with your tongue. I think something like that. And the boy placed his hands against the coarse wood and the dogs and began to raise his body. And I found myself suddenly in a place like my father's study and surrounded by books with titles I had never heard or which made little sense. Far ahead of me, as if through a mist stood a man. That's a complicated sentence. Bearing a strange resemblance to the boy at the docks. Oh, that shit looks cool.
You've changed since I last saw you.
Oh damn, that's our father, right?
Thoughts from 1,000 books are etched into your brow. You carry a scholar's expression.
And you are?
Immaterial. But you can consider me a friend.
Isn't that our father? I'm pretty sure that's how our father looked.
I know you carry with you a tome of hidden knowledge. Each time you use it, its power radiates, an echo from one world to the next.
It's entirely placebo, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, yawning in itself is like a super weird, non-scientific thing where we just do random things. Like, I'm pretty sure we still don't know how yawning works, why we yawn, what it is, like, related to, especially considering that thinking about and looking at, like, pictures or, like, seeing somebody else yawn is going to make you yawn as well. Which is like the big thing why I think I'm yawning so much right now is because I'm thinking like don't yawn, don't yawn, don't yawn, don't yawn, and then I'm just like yawning. Then we stood atop the bridge. Oh, that's some weird stuff in the water. Somebody should check that out. Then we stood atop the bridge in the center of Mans. Below us, large shadowy forms swirled in the water. Their undulations jerky and unnatural. This game's English is too high for me. Yeah, yawning has a social component, literally. It is so weird. But it seems we've reached an impasse. The echoes grow quiet. I cannot decipher the next page, yet I feel I need it. This is to be expected. The text is recalcitrant. It does not wish to be known too easily. It's not even like human behavior. Animals also yawn. Have you ever seen how a snake looks when she yawns? Like, her entire face just breaks in half. Freely offered help is a rare and valuable thing. The world around me shifted once again, and rematerialized beside the town gallows as 3 silent figures stood perched at the edge of death. I could hear the creaking of a rope as it strained against their weight. There it is again. I sense a yearning for injustice inside you. A righteous proclivity. What is going on with words right now? Tell me, do you wish to see your enemies account for their sins? Yes, I would have them suffer. Then you will have my help. With a snap, the 3 figures on the gallows met their fate. Their bodies jerked and writhed against the ropes until all 3 fell silent and swayed gently, the creaking of a rope growing even louder. Now we were in a place like the cemetery outside the city. If you wish to see justice done, your current allies will hardly suffice. They are soft and weak, not nearly as stoic as you need. Perhaps you even consider some of them too dear to risk. A dangerous attachment, but one we can circumvent. Your tome holds a powerful ritual, but one that can only be undertaken with great risk. I am not worried about the risks. Teach it to me, please. I see your manners have returned to you at last. Very well. This invocation has many names. In many tongues, Lithga, Ia, Jasad, Animate. It brings the dead to life. Ooh, we're getting to the fun part. At this, my heart lurched forward, and an eager expression was across my face. Ah, no, young lord, not like that. It creates thralls to serve your needs, mindless husks that obey your every command, but do not undervalue the worth of a perfectly loyal soldier. Of course, raising the dead is no simple matter. First, you must procure a witch's knife. A witch's knife? Ornamental box? An enchanted witch's black-handled knife. Okay. The knife is in the ornamental box. You must wield it in your hand. Is he literally just like teaching us how we can do this in our fucking dreams? And with blade in hand, you must cut the fat from another human. Did we skin them alive? Did we skin like an entire human with that knife? Jesus Christ. You must then craft black candles from the fat, whose tallow will smoke with the stench of death. Oh, that's how we get black candles. By using human fat. Things are getting kinda sketchy. And to complete the ritual, you must arrange the bones of your thrall in a particular fashion. But be wary, the stronger your thrall, the more draining the process. Do not overburden your tender mind. My teacher urged me to take out my tome, and opened it on a page entitled Animate. This ritual was now clear to me, just as I had been shown. I looked to the bones arrayed in front of me. The dust around them began to shift and float upwards.
Thank you.
I have emerged from slumber. Which chapter are we at?
Oh. Hello there, Gisbeth. Nice to see you back. Thank you so much. We are currently in chapter 5. I looked to the bones arrayed in front of me. The dust around them began to shift and float upwards. The pale ivory began to jostle back and forth, and just as it was ready to rise. What the hell is going on in the chat right now? You're definitely turning to my sugar daddy if you're continuing like that, I can tell you that much. Am I saying your name correctly, by the way? Gisgeth? Is that how you say it? I found myself back at the dock. In front of me, the boy giggled at the fish-like creatures snapping at his toes.
Be careful, child. What I have just taught you is not something to trifle with. Have you a final question?
Will it hurt me? Why are you helping me?
We have a mutual interest in seeing justice unfold. That should be sufficient.
Huh. As I opened my mouth to ask more, the boy let out a final giggle and splashed the water with his toes. The sound reverberated strangely until I felt I could see the waves moving through the air. The brick walls began to dissolve, then the trees and water evaporated into smoke, and last of all, the dock crumbled into dust. I found myself in a black void until, at last, awareness left me. Well, looks like we can do new funny things here. Where is it? Animate. This necromantic ritual reanimate a skeleton and compel it to obey the command of a magician. Using a witch's black-handled knife. Inscribe... Oh, this text is really hard to read. What the hell? Using a witch's black-handled knife. Inscribe concentric circles in the consecrated ground of a graveyard. The inner circle should be 4 paces from the center, while the outer should be 4.5 paces. So like this circle and this circle. Maybe we would be like a... It probably doesn't exist yet. Maybe it would be like a cool setting to... What is this called again? To help people who are like struggling with certain things. To just have like a setting for like... fancy fonts in book. You can actually turn it off, okay. That's actually really... Oh, I didn't even know that. That's really good that you can do these things. Wait a second. I'm gonna make the text a little bit bigger. Okay, now when I look at the book, I should be able to, like, read it better. One of the pages I had pursued, bearing the title Sano, was in a less arcane language than the others. It was familiar. The language was, of course, Latin, and I had studied it quite extensively in my work as an academic. The word sano meant to repair. Accessibility was what I was searching, yeah. It's a good accessibility option because I'm very bad at reading these texts, yeah. I kept it on purpose. This way it still feels like you're undeciphering it. That's very fair. That's very, very fair. But I'm really... Specifically with this page, I'm like unable to read the cursive. Okay, let's look at it again. Yep, this is way easier to read now. Inscribe an... yeah, especially with like words I don't even know. Equilateral triangle and place black candles at each point between the circles. Place the skeletal remains in the center of a circle, light the candles at midnight at the time of the new moon, and chant Itserio Praecipio tibi ut surgam cum ad hoc ambulamus et quamquam non tantum ossa. I'm accidentally summoning demons in my room here. The creature shall rise again. An athame is a ceremonial blade with a black handle. A new owner must follow a ritual of consecration for a newly acquired athame, be it new or acquired from another person. The black candles should be made of human fat. Bro, let's say you learned how to animate a skeleton overnight in your dreams. How are you getting your first corpse? I'm living not that far away from a graveyard. I could probably just like break in and take one of those. I was stuck for a while in this chapter just because there's so much things you can gather here. Yeah, I mean, the main quest also is like doing the seance ritual to like talk to our father, I think. Or, like try to talk to our father. We now unlock the repair spell. By my understanding, this ritual seems to repair the broken bones of a skeleton. I've even read a 14th century account of a wholly shattered ribcage reforming through its magic. Ah, okay, this is a spell we can use to, like, heal our skeletons. At midnight, bone meal should be sprinkled over the injured bones, and these words chanted, Fec hos a totum sequitur ut of tabilem. The bone meal should be from the pulverized bones of an intelligent creature. While performing the ritual, the Necromancer must wear a death shroud taken from a recently deceased body. Digging is actually more difficult than it might appear, though. Like it takes stupidly long in real life. I know. I'm talking about like the humans that aren't like put underground yet. Okay, let's see. So we need to follow our ritual to like get the dagger ourselves. We don't have it here yet. I also don't think we have it on our character yet. So we have to find an athame first. Like a witch's dagger. Oh god, that's gonna be hard to find. Also, the repair spell is like the most MVP spell ever. I can't imagine. I'm pretty sure I did it in the demo to like create to like heal one of our skeletons. It sounds very, very helpful. I have to go to bed early tonight. Okay, Alec. Then I hope I see you next week when we continue this. If you want to, if you're at the thing tomorrow again with the new Kamen Rider Night. If you want to, I can give you a little recap of everything we did today. Let's see, does Arik have anything new? Ah, perfect. I can ask him about the witch's knife. But, 1 second. I've been streaming for 40 minutes. You know what that means. I'll be back in a minute. I am back, and this time I'm also not forgetting about removing this thing. Ha! Damn, that's a lot of new messages. And actually, where was it? I read this one. Bro, you're gonna get yourself arrested or shot your first day of being a necromancer. I live in not America. I won't get shot, first of all. Second of all, it's not that hard to like break into one of these crypts and just like take one of the corpses there, believe me. But I kinda presented it in a very easy manner. I don't know about like American graveyards, but at least the ones near me aren't that like highly protected or anything. I could just probably like go there and pick one up and like nobody would ever notice. Me personally, I'm gonna buy a skeleton. Doesn't have to be human. That is very fair. Although considering it's America, it's probably not even that hard to like buy a human skeleton. If I learned how to raise the dead, I would dig up my deceased dog. Aww. Honestly, I could do the same. It should be a perfectly preserved, like, skeleton at this point. Let's see, I need a witch's knife to continue my investigation. Can you help? You know, this sounds really bad out of context. I know. It even sounds bad in context. So let me just go deeper. You probably want to like see my entire face and not get it cut off like that. He nodded solemnly. If he was shocked in any way by my question, he did not show it. It's pretty much illegal in most states to own human remains. I'm pretty sure I saw like a video about a guy who has like, I don't know what, like 30 different spines. Like he has like an entire collection of human bones that he like ethically acquired. You could ask the priest perhaps. He is knowledgeable about such matters. Oh yeah, let's ask the priest about a black demon knife to carve human flesh. Be careful with your line of questioning, though. Witchcraft is forbidden in Mars, you must understand. I think I may have found a means to talk to my father himself about his demise. A ritual called Seance in that book you gave me. Albrecht nodded stoically. He showed little surprise at my revelation, which I did not expect. The Seance ritual must take my father's resting place in the Van Elch crypt then. In the cemetery outside the Dead Man's Gate. Not a safe place to go alone. I have found a means to fashion some protection for myself. Ah, so what the game wants us to do is get us a skeleton guardian. And then, once we have that, go to the crypt and try the seance. Yeah, exactly. Ethically. Yeah, Albrecht is like literally doing everything. Like he doesn't seem surprised. Probably like the exact same shit has happened with her father as well. He merely nodded. Yeah, I had nothing else to ask about the seance ritual. I will leave for now. It's morning. Let's try to like do some schoolwork now. Yes, the academy. Famously, all those skeletons are robbed from graves in India. The human remains market is very dubiously legal in only a few states and extremely unethical. I mean, yeah, it's human remains. I don't think there is an ethical way to like get those. That also reminds me of like, do you know this like German artist who invented this like preservatory measure where he's like able to perfectly preserve human bodies? And then he has like these like massive like sculptures that are literally real human, like skinned humans put into different poses or like split up to like look at everything. Where it's also very questionable how he's able to like get these different bodies of people.
Hello, dear cousin.
Blur, it's so good to see you that you have recovered from your earlier sickness. I'd like to collect my pay. I was ready to do for my shift to work at the school. What work should I do today, cousin? There's been a delivery of new school books. Can you collect them from Ibrahim, please? Certainly. Ibrahim is probably up there again.
Good day.
You grace me once again, young sir. What is it that I can do for you this morning? Lucas asked me to collect some new schoolbooks from you. Yes, a selection of text and on Rulsethium grammar arrived this morning. The children will love these, although Leylon might suffer through it. I really could not picture Nick or some of the other livelier children enjoying such study. Ralstithian had a particularly challenging set of irregular verbs. Still, I feel that they might learn something useful, or should that be felt? I walked with Ibrahim to the storeroom. Like, wait, have you heard about the guy who turned his dad into an electric guitar and his wife was like, yeah, I don't really like it, but it's definitely what he would have wanted? What the fuck? How do you turn a human into a guitar? Made a human bone electric guitar from his metal fan father. Made from his spine and ribs and pelvis. That is fucking metal. Is there a picture of that? I want to see how it looks now. Human bone electric guitar. What the fuck? There's no fucking way this is real. There is no fucking way this is real. There is just no fucking way this is real. I can actually... From my phone, can you see this? Look at this shit! That's just a human torso! With a fucking guitar handle on top of it! What the fuck? I mean, that's definitely something a Necromancer would want to have. Still a wild idea and possession, not gonna lie. Especially because I thought it's like animated, or like their bones are like placed in different ways around the e-guitar or something. Not that it's literally just a human torso with like guitar elements put into it. He didn't modify the skeleton at all. It's literally just a human torso, removed the head and the limbs, and then just like added a guitar to it. What the fuck? There's videos of him playing it. There's videos of him playing it. There's videos of him playing it.
Today, we will hear the story of Uncle Philip, who sadly passed away in the 1990s, where his skeleton can have Uncle that! So after a long absence, Uncle Philip was finally returned home to be with his nephew, Prince Midnight, who did what any normal person would do, turn their uncle's remains into a guitar.
Well... Yep. You might think you're looking at a skeleton turned into a guitar, but what you're actually looking at is the most metal thing that has ever happened. Ever. Ozzy
Holy fucking shit. Okay, this is like the only video I've found about the topic. I also didn't like see anything else. Is it like more than the picture shown?
Huge metalhead, and he donated his body to science. Do you really think Uncle Philip would take issue with this? I know thinky, so... But what a lot of people did take issue with was Prince Midnight's pickup selection. Uncle Philip was...
One question, why is this like frontal like ribcage so dark? Is it because like, I'm pretty sure that's like the frontal part here isn't actually like bone. Well, it's like, I don't know the English word for that anymore, like the squishy bones. But do we darken that much?
...issue with was Prince Midnight's pickup selection. Now, if forever turned...
Is there a part where they actually play it?
Okay,
Okay, there's like pictures of him like putting it together.
No, Uncle Philip
Sound like.
Oh my god, there's video, let's go!
Totally playing his uncle. Never thought I'd say that in a sentence.
Coming up, what does Uncle Philip sound like? And why is Stevie's uncle hiding from Stevie? This and more after this word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Stevie T for Manscaped.
No, I don't need ball shaver, I already have one. Thank you. Let's hear the...
It works! The only problem, and I mean only problem I have with this, is you can't play past the 12th fret without digging into your uncle's ribs. I need my fret access, bro.
Okay, that shit is so wild. That shit is so wild. Yeah, cartilage is the word, you're right. The German word is Knorpel.
Without inserting your hand into your uncle's sternum. And now I'm not picking
Oh,
on
that
his
thing
uncle.
is so wild.
He is.
Oh, I don't know who this guy is. Steve Terryberry. I have never heard of him. That is hilarious. Like peak content, okay. A guy that was turned into an electric guitar. Cool. Yeah, like basically he took apart a guitar and like plugged it into like the skeleton. I think it would have been more interesting if like the guitar was actually made out of the skeleton. How to ethically do necromancy, have a cool family. Basically the law of Elden Ring Night Train. Okay. Where were we last time? Here they are. Now I must go back. Ibrahim handed me the stack of books and shuffled off. We have a bunch of school books now. Okay. Hello, Lucas.
Hello, dear cousin.
It is so good to see that you have recovered from your early sickness. Here are the school books. Excellent, thank you. The rest of the morning passed as slowly for me as it did for the children. Still, I taught my patients, and I felt that they learned something. Cool.
Hello, dear cousin.
Collect my pay. Imagine that's how it would go in school. Like the day is over. And you see your teacher just go, "Hey, chief, money. Give me the money." And then I'm gonna leave. Interesting. The inside of this building. So, let's just check the journal. There's a lot of things we have in here right now. Yeah, I require bone meal for the repair ritual. I need to obtain a death shroud for the repair ritual to heal my skeleton minions. A death shroud. I need to find or make 3 black candles crafted from human flesh for the animate ritual. I require a witch's black-handled knife for the animate ritual. I need to locate a fruit or herb called Sengelaya Senegal for use in the seance ritual. I will need a brazier to build a fire in. Foresight ritual. The seance ritual requires a personal burial item of my father, something inherited with his ashes. Yeah. And I still need to find the ex-gardener. I still have no idea where that goes. So, first things first, let's go to... Where's the church? Yeah, I instantly feel ill when I enter that building. A basin. Yeah, my entire screen is like wobbling again. Or like specifically the church. Yeah, the church is like actually like making us sick now. Kinda wild.
My child.
Good morning, my child. I trust you are feeling better. Thank you, I am.
My child?
I need to speak with you about witches, father. Witches? What specific... Oh. What specifically about witches, my child? Finding a witch was crucial to my plans, and this was how I would obtain a ceremonial athame. The ever-smiling priest would probably know something of use. I considered what leverage I had over him. I would try to convince him with a little lie. Actually, there's nothing at the moment. Sorry to trouble you, father. Oh, the fact that it's getting worse, I think. Let's consider what leverage we have. I decided to ask the priest more about that potion business with Rosa Dal Farah, which still seems suspicious to me. I've been thinking about that odd request you made before, you know, with a potion. I watched Father Olivia's reaction closely. Read his face. The man's almost wooden mask of kindness has cracked for a moment. My discretion held value. I could use that. I recall, yes. What of it, my child? I thought that business to be complete and behind us. It could be, assuming you can help me with a witch. Father Olivia drew a long breath to consider my words and my unsaid threat before he selected a response. I have heard a number of my flock make mention of a woman with unconventional wisdom. Ah, a smart woman. Witch! Literally. I do not know with certainty where she dwells, but I suspect it is somewhere in the forest outside the northern gate. That is all I know. Thank you, Father. I will take my leave. Let's go out of this pestering place. Oh, there's holy water. Oh, let's just kill ourselves. Wait, I'm gonna save for a second. I did not have a vessel in my hand to fill with holy water. Can we fill the bowl? Let's see, can we take the bowl in our hand? We can. I filled the bowl with holy water. Let's fucking go. We have a bowl of holy water now. Can I drink that? That would be funny. But apparently not. I lost 4 points of trust, but the church already doesn't really like me. Okay, now I know that I can go outside of a northern gate. What did you do to find the witch then? That would interested me now. Require witch's black-headed knife. I've learned that the witch may be found in another forest. Do you use the different inventory slot categories? Not yet. I've just put everything in this one yet. At some point I should probably like sort it a little bit better. Do we just want to go into the forest? Alone might be not the best idea, to be honest. But what else could we do? Let me just check. What do we even like need again for the seance ritual? Like, this is the thing I wrote and recorded the review yesterday. And I can definitely say so far, like, the best thing that I like about this game is just, like, how many options you have. It's, like, literally, like, less of a CRPG and more of, like, a classical point-and-click adventure just with, like, a billion different, like, solutions for every problem, which is, like, so much fun to me. Because it's not like, oh, you need this specific thing to do this specific task, but you can, like, there's, like, so many different ways to, like, achieve your goal. Also, black candles can be made with any sort of bloody, uncleaned tallow. But for the spooky factor, human tallow is preferred. Also, candles actually turn black if you use, like, untreated fat. I didn't know that. This ritual brings a dead spirit forward to converse with a witness through the body of a sorcerer. The ritual must be undertaken at the final resting place of the deceased. A wood fire should be lit upon the spot and Senegal burned on the flames. A personal buried item should be held aloft. A circle of candles should be placed without. Together the witness and the sorcerer must join hands and speak the words, "Our beloved name of spirit, we bring you gifts from life into death. Commune with us, name of spirit, and move among us." When finished, the witness should tell the spirit to go in peace, break the circle of hands, and extinguish the candles. If I ever get liposuction for any reason, I'm gonna ask to keep the fat to make human tallow candles of it. Blood turns a dark brown and black over time, so candles turn black. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Let me just check the journal again. Okay, we definitely have to check out how we can get a brazier. The burial item of my father is in the crypt. We need to like find the thing. We'll probably need to talk to the herbalist again for this. And we need a bunch of candles, which we maybe can also find in the crypt. But I think I'm gonna like... Oh, look at these guys with their guns up there. It is such an interesting thing to look at with like relatively medieval looking guards and then them having guns. Which is the thing that actually was like, this is actually true, but it is so weird to look at. Oh. I didn't know the map can like look like that. Holy shit. Oh, look at what is over there. Huh. So this is where the farm is, yeah. There's firewood. There's some farm animals. Look at the cow. Moo. Can I go? Squawk! It's locked. Yeah, they're probably not working or like sleeping at the early mornings. The barn door was solidly bolted shut. Huh. So this barn is like abandoned? I don't have a marker for myself. I'm here right now if I look at it correctly. So north of me there must be... no, okay. North is to the left. Okay. Okay, the map is not oriented to the north. East of me should be like a graveyard or something. Let's check there. Oh, what? Look at that, there's a little arrow on my compass. Is that like a little guide? Let's see where it leads us. Definitely is an old ruin. Skull on spikes? Several human-looking skulls were mounted here on wooden spikes. A warning, presumably. Okay. The broken path ended abruptly at some dense bushes and tangled tree roots. Considering the presence of the skulls on spikes, I decided to search further. Search as far as the tree roots. Putting aside the tree roots, I found some stone steps leading down into darkness. Oh no. I think I have to tell my friends at Psychic Software that the trigger boxes for the fights are visible now. Let me just save for a second. This is the... Yeah, right, this is the dungeon. And bam, yeah, there's the goblins. I'm definitely not capable of, like, killing that many. Can I not leave outside? Well. Let me just very quickly load. I'm pretty sure it's not on purpose. Okay, this is like a giant goblin crypt I found here. Definitely don't want to go there unless I have like a billion skeletons with me. I'm also pretty sure that this is not on purpose because last time in the demo where I was here, they weren't visible. Fire root. There was a... Okay. There was a fluttering of wings and a bird swooped past me. Then a woman emerged from behind a tree.
Greetings, child.
Okay. I think I found the witch. Ah, how wonderful. Blur, isn't it? What a lovely morning for a walk in the woods. You took your time, though. I was starting to think I'd have to track you down myself. What? Her youthful voice rang out clearly and playful, yet carried the authority of someone with deep knowledge. Are you a witch? I met you before, do I recall? True bygrants accosted you as I passed on a coach. Oh, that's the woman we saved in the beginning! Certainly I do. And I can tell that you have learned a lot since then. Your quest intrigues me. Are you a witch? She feigned a pout, one hand of brushing the hem of her short dress, and she tilted her head to examine me. So serious. Can't a girl simply enjoy a pleasant conversation in the woods? I know things, unconventional things. Does it make me a witch? Seeking a thame, a witch's knife. Ah, straight to it then. You are a man who speaks plainly and asks for what they want. How do you know what I want? Her eyes sparkled like a cat toying with her prey. She paused, brushing a strand of dark hair from her face, and she stepped closer. Her scent was of spring flowers, an intoxicating bouquet. She whispered in my ear, "Go to the chapel outside the Dead Man's Gate. Go at midnight. Go alone. I shall ask someone I know to meet you there. Though she will not know why, you will have to convince her of her fame yourself." Midnight at the chapel. Very well. The woman smiled sweetly. With that, she spun on her heel and turned towards the woods. I saw her form fade away even before she reached the nearest tree. Ha! That's an interesting encounter. I've arranged a meet with a witch at midnight in the chapel outside the cemetery. I mean, yeah, it's definitely useful, but maybe they added it in the final release to, like, make people aware of where the fights are, that is true. Okay, now I need to go... We need to enter the city first before I can fast travel again. I think this one is somewhat scripted. I don't think you have a way to get in a theme other than by this encounter. Probably. I just found it interesting that just like wandering around outside of the North Gate just like randomly encounters her. Three times speed? I mean, 2 times speed is already like starting to get hard to like understand. How fucking understandable is a video gonna be when you watch it at 3 times speed? Yeah, nice water. Okay, now we need to go to the chapel. No, the cemetery specifically. As usual, Jonas was focused intently on the area outside his gate. Can you open the gates, please? He shook his head slowly and looked at the ground, but then opened the gates anyway. I'm just gonna make it night again. Okay, it's night. Now, Maya, a relaxed-looking guard was leaning by the wall.
Going out? At night? Hold on while I open the gate. Be careful.
Thank you. Dead Man's Chapel. Oh, look at that. I can like instantly get like calls to like dig out the graves. Grave Mist. This was a suitable location to use Grave Mist to protect my activities from interlopers while I was inside the cemetery. Oh, I can place down Grave Mist here! I decided not to do so right now. That is interesting that I can now just like do the ritual without any cost. It's maybe also like good for just like random to like don't have interlopers. As I stepped into the chapel, I felt the cold air from the graveyard against my back until at last the solid door swung shut behind me. My eyes were slow to adjust, but the murky dark around me to adjust to the murky dark around me. But in time, the shapes of pews and an altar made themselves known. The sight of the holy shrine drew an involuntary shiver from my spine, and I felt queasy. I pressed forward. If you're going about your activity, do not forget to place it down. Oh, you mean like if I don't put down the grave mist, people are actually like noticing what I'm doing with like the summoning ritual? Because it was, of course, when I at those locations at the graveyard, that's where I have to like summon my skeletons. So that would actually be kind of interesting to see. You probably have to like place it down, otherwise people are just gonna, what are you doing there? Then there's also, what is gonna be interesting is how are they like handled outside the city, like inside the city? You probably can take them inside the city, can you? Or like, where are they going on like a daily basis when you are like around people? I pressed forward. Hello, one? Oh, let's just wait. The chapel remained as inert as when I had entered. Nothing moved, and even the candle flames seemed barely to flicker against the wicks. Then a gust of wind caressed me from the side.
Awful quiet, aren't you? Then again, perhaps you were just biding time, huh?
The woman beside me smiled. the gentle, inviting smile of a matron. She was thin, with long, black hair that had only just begun to turn brittle with age. Imagine if you could just walk around with a collection, around town with a collection of skeletons. I would be really surprised if you can, because like even holding a dagger in your hand is like making people anxious and like actually like taking away your trust. And considering the war that happened in this town, it probably wouldn't be all that well seen. I have not tried bringing my skeleton crew into the city. I usually order them to protect my father's remains while I go socialize. Oh, so I can actually just order them to do that. Interesting. I mean, we're gonna find out how everything works. Seems like we're very close to finally unlocking it.
Tell me, do you know why you've come here? Or is it just some happy twist of fate that has brought you and I together?
I was told you might be able to help me. I've heard that you're an expert in unconventional matters. I've come to demand your assistance. I was told you might be able to help me. The woman studied me for a moment, then gave me a gentle smile.
Yes, I believe I can. You are like a wounded bird whose wings must be mended. Only when they are repaired will you fly.
20 priests would instantly beat down on you while screaming sermons. That would be so funny. I mean, I would be... I definitely should probably like save as much as possible before I do certain things, just because I also want to see the consequences of like fucking it up.
We shall see what nature my assistance takes. For now, let us talk.
Are we safe to speak freely here? Of course. No interlopers will visit us while we talk. I have warded the door against intrusion. Any who come here will find nothing but a broken handle and a vague desire to return home, which will guide their feet and ears well away from this chapel. I assume that this is why you came to speak to me after all, because I know how such things are done. Indeed. I do not share my knowledge lightly, but I believe you are capable of putting it to good use. Why are you willing to help me? I foresee that our roads have similar obstacles, similar foes that we must best. I have seen that your path will bring justice against those who have wronged me, those who have cast me out and stolen my blood of my life. Why should I not wish to facilitate such an outcome? It would be cool if you could do an evil playthrough where you can gain ownership of a town. Like, I have no idea where the story is gonna go to, obviously. I wouldn't be surprised if there's multiple endings with, like, saying, like, an ending where you, like, reject the dark side, or, like, one where you fully embrace it and become a lich. Because, don't forget, there's still this cult lingering around the town. Also, I think I'm gonna, like, change the camera for a second. It's getting annoying how it's like... Oh, that's too much. That's... like this. Ah. It's annoying how my face is always cut off slightly, so I'm just gonna make it like this. That should be better. And yeah, I definitely think it would be interesting, because you can't forget there's a cult running around in the city that is, like, desperately searching for, like, new members and a new lich. And I think that would be cool. Who is our common enemy? Do not worry, my child. You will learn that soon enough. Have you found members of a cult, by the way? No, not yet. I haven't encountered a single person that is part of a cult yet. Your ward is impressive. Are there other kind of spells you know? Why are you willing to help me? There's a certain matter I would like to discuss. Who are you? I am different things to different people at different times. To you, I can be an ally, a friend with a mutual interest. Of course, there was a life I lived before, and one I will live hence, but we need only concern ourselves with the present. What kind of assistance can I offer? I will offer what you need when you need it, no more, no less. When you know your desires, you can come to me again. Your word is impressive. Are you, there other spells you know? Of course, but they are mine to cast. You shall have your own. There's a certain matter I would like to discuss. Then let us discuss it. I require a witch's black-handled knife. How fortunate, then, that you are speaking to a witch. Perhaps you can consecrate this blade I carry? Indeed I can. So long as you use it to wreak havoc upon our enemies. The knife shall be enchanted to your needs. Step back. That was easier than I expected. She took the simple knife from me and ran the fingers along its edge until blood began to seep from her fingertips. She muttered strange rhythmic words in a language I did not know, and allowed the crimson liquid to run along the metal, where it was soon absorbed like water into thirsty earth. As she spoke, the features of her face became imprecise and hazy, as though my eyes could find no focus. At times, she seemed to be a young maiden, at others an old crone, and then again the woman I had spoken to only a moment before. When her incantations stopped, solidity returned to her face. She looked up at me and smiled. Here you are, landlord. Put the blade to good use and see our enemies undone. Do not forget, Blur, the path you walk has been previsioned. We shall see each other again before long. And I was alone again in that chapel, a ceremonial athame in my possession. That was easier than expected. I was just able to give her my dagger. Maybe she would have said, like, I need a knife for that, and I just already had one in my inventory. Hello, Putinak. Have you interacted before? Is this your first time on the stream? Let's see, firewood. Bones. As I descended the stairs, a rank smell drifted up to greet me. I imagined that I heard faint shuffling noises echoing from the depths. Man, that shit's so terrifying! I would need a source of light, a lantern or torch, a candle even. I don't have anything, right? I need to find a torch somewhere. Actually, now that I'm seeing this, let's put specific materials that I need for rituals into another inventory. I'm just gonna put it over here, the devil's wood, smoke. Also the grave soil. To make this like my ritual inventory. What else do we have? Linen bag, the nightshade. Goat's milk. Ah, I have a torch, I didn't even see that. Yeah, I really need to like clean up my inventory a little bit. Let's put all of these things over here to make it my inventory specifically for rituals. Ah shit, that stuff gets just like sorted into the main inventory. So the sort function sadly isn't for each thing itself. Let's get the lion back again. The soil, the devil's wood smoke. Put this here as like a fulfilled ritual, then the linen mask, and then like materials over here. Same with a nightshade. Anything else? Clothing and such could go to another inventory as well. This would be like weapons. Oh, I actually have a shovel. I didn't even know that. A spade. First time catching you alive. That is cool then. I hope you're going to enjoy me struggling in this game. Item papers. This thing, let me just put as like tools. Yeah, let's put that stuff. Actually, maybe like this. Telescope, who knows, maybe I could need that at some point. The belt could also go into this here. Maybe like this. I really loved your Necromancer's game's tier list video. Has been looking for years to find a decent game I can play a lot in with a proper summoner Necromancer. Yeah, I totally get that. For me, that game that I just like constantly return to is actually like Diablo at this point. I've played a lot of Diablo as a Necromancer over the last few years where it was out. And don't you worry, the next video is already in production and is hopefully gonna come out in the next few weeks, depending on how fast I am at producing it. I really didn't make a lot of Necromancy videos this year, and I want to redeem that. So, I have also an apple here, and like a jug of goat's milk, that's fine. Yeah, the journal thing was removed. Need to find or make 3 black candles crafted from human flesh for the animate ritual. I still need to like find a brazier. Oh yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected is really fucking good. What I can definitely recommend you though is a guide. You're gonna want a guide for like leveling and skills. What's your next? Should we just try and like dig up a corpse? This one also looks interesting. This one also looks really interesting.
Thank you.
Hey!
Love your tier list videos. Glad I could make it to the stream. I like top-down necromancy-like games.
Thank you so much. We're getting really close for Necromodes at this point. I'm very happy. I am very, very happy. Thank you so much, Putinak. Just so you know, now that you're like happy that you actually managed to catch the stream, it's always gonna be Saturdays around a similar time, like right now. Today I actually started like an hour later than normally because I overslept. You have different ways to get the brazier. I chose the safe way. Makes sense. Makes sense. The thing for me is right now thinking about like the entire thing. So we want to do the seance ritual, and we already want. It's smarter to have like protection. So what we're trying to do is like get at least one skeleton to help us and just like protect us. And what we can do now is probably just like go on the graveyard, dig up a corpse and like trim the fat of it to like make candles. Or also Putinek, if you want to, I always make pings on the Discord. So if you want to, there's a link in the description that leads you to the community Discord. We also have like events. We always just like hang out around there. And I also do like announcement pings for like new videos and live streams happening. So if you're interested in actually like being a part of it, you can just follow there. I also need to like find out what a death throat is for the repair ritual, but just for like the animation ritual right now. We need the black candles that we get by like carving human fat. And then obviously we also want the seance ritual, which needs to be kept in the family crypt, where we need like something close to my father. Maybe actually thinking about this, I have this... Oh, I have this computer all the time. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Don't worry, I do like pings maybe once a week when like a live stream is happening or something, or a new video is releasing. No, so it's not just like constant pings. And obviously we need to find a brazier to build the fire in. We need to find out how I can get a brazier, and then obviously we need the fruit or herb called Senegalia Senegal. So that's also gonna be interesting to find. What I think I'm gonna do now is... Also thinking about like personal items. We have this, the military medal. A military medal of my father's. Maybe this would be something that is close to him that we can use in this ritual. Let's actually like check out the crypt. The music in here is fucky wucky, but we can handle that. Or does it not light automatically? I need a tinder box. Pretty sure I don't have that. So I can't light the torch yet. Shit. That's a problem. Yeah, it's like so many things you have to like look out for. Definitely, it's getting kind of overwhelming. Okay, where can we get a tinderbox then? We probably also are going to need the tinderbox to like light the fire in the brazier then. But okay, when we're already here, let's try to like find a way to... Actually, I'm gonna save again. I want to see what happens when you just like grave rob without putting up grave mist. Dig for body. This will take some time and therefore be risky. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yeah. The grave yielded no skeleton or corpse. In the years since the Lich War, most graves had been dug up and the inhabitants cremated and reinterred. A guard patrol witnessed me as I worked. I cursed my lack of care. Oh shit, minus 12. Shit. Holy shit, it was... Oh god, put on trial! Was spotted by guard patrol shortly thereafter and was upheard and brought to court.
Von Estrick, you are here today before judge, jury, and God to answer charges put forth to you.
You ought to be tried on the matter of grave robbing. This is your first appearance in my court, and given it is a misdemeanor, I am hopeful that we will find a way to be an ill-advised reaction to the recent loss of your father. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. So this is what happens when you don't put up the grave mist. Random question, do you have any decent fantasy books about necromancers? I think I read one in childhood, but don't remember anything about it. I was wondering if there are any good adventure ones. I'm not really the best to ask about books, to be honest. I sadly don't really know that many. Especially about necromancers, sadly. I want to like look more into that in the future, but for now I don't really know that much. Okay, can go down these crypts. Huh, now this is interesting. So most bodies were just like cremated in general. So how do we get a corpse? Do I have to just like, I don't know, go in the city and just murder someone? Or not being noticed? The old chapel. The door of the abandoned chapel was securely chained shut. Spend 3 skill points to force it open, spend 0 skill points to turn away. I mean, there would be a metal place for the cults to hide in. Animate. I could feel the dead calling. This was a perfect location to perform the animate ritual. However, I was not currently carrying a suitable skeleton. Ha. I would wait until I have some protective retinue before exploring outside the city location. That is fair. I mean, I'm not really exploring, I'm just like trying to find a solution for this issue right now. Let's maybe put down the ritual here. Proceed. Soon the trap was set and my activities proceeded. Left the ritual in place for now. Huh. I don't have black candles already. I'm like trying to like find a human body to make them, you know. Let's see. Let's let me try like grave robbing one more time on another grave. See if we're more lucky now that I put up the ritual. Right, let's hold the shovel. Dig for body. We correctly didn't know skeleton or corpse in the years. Yeah, okay, there's nothing here. However, I did obtain some human bones due to the ritual and protection which I had laid on the area. I was not apprehended. Okay, the ritual just like... Okay, it also didn't turn to daytime this time. And I have some old bones now. It almost looks like I just in general won't find any like full bodies here. Success! I had unearthed a complete human skeleton. Due to the ritual and protection in which I had laid out, I was not apprehended. So I found a full skeleton. But I'm missing the black candles, that's an issue. I could feel the dead calling, perform the animate ritual, however I had not yet gathered all of the required items. A witch's knife and 3 black candles made of human fat. Yeah, we definitely need to hide the skeleton somewhere, otherwise people are just gonna like find it.
Thank you. You should try getting apprehended multiple times for grave digging. Let's see how far we can push the justice system.
Not gonna lie, that would be kind of funny. Fun fact, this was not actually me. What? Somebody impersonated Lantern? What is going on? Just equip that again. We need to find a corpse somehow. Nothing. But hey, still, for whoever that was, if it wasn't actually Lantern, still thank you for a $15 reduce. Still also need to find like a can, like a something to like light my candles and everything. You know what? I'm just gonna load again for a second before we like did all of these things, because I'm scared that somebody would find the skeleton just lying around there. And don't do the ritual right now. I want it to turn daytime again. What I think I want to do first now is... I could just try to like kill somebody in the city. Would be fucking funny. Please don't say I actually have to murder someone to get like human fat. South Noble Quarters. Huh. Lantern, are you insinuating that we should murder our mother? Did Giskev just like reveal that he is Lantern? That was a quick solving of that mystery. Okay, let's see. I probably should make it daytime again. Let's make it like midday. So that there are more people around. Let's go to the market. How much money do I actually have still? 13 gold? Let's see if I can find a like tinder box somewhere.
Oh there, good Lisa. Can I interest you in some rare foods? Choose from the... Oh there, good Lisa. Can I... Certainly. See here.
Excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in spices from the Ottoman Empire?
Cheyenne, allspice, lavender.
Welcome, sir. I have fabrics with pleasure.
See ya, Putinak. Hope you have a nice time.
Fresh bread, rolls, B-rocks, please.
She's honey, flour, baklavas, nice, and beer rock. Where could I buy some tinder? Hardware. He sells bricks, a hammer, tinder box. Firewood. That's very good. Oh, there's a town hall. I never was there. Oh, it's locked. The general store. Is there a general store? Where the fuck is a general store? So I at least now have the tinder box. I could go to the cemetery at night again then. A feathered hat. How many times can I just use it as much as I want? A tinder box for lighting torches and candles. Near the north gate, if I remember correctly, or was it the east gate? Oh, great. There's the tavern. Ah, there's a general store, yeah.
Welcome. Browse my... Of course. The best prices you can find in all of Mars.
A brazier. And look at that. Exactly for the amount of crowns that I have left over. Bam. Cool, 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 cool. So I now have this and this beautiful tinderbox. Let me put the brazier here. That is nice, which now means I have found that. I still need to like find the three black candles, the bone meal. I don't even know what is like the death shroud. Obtain a death shroud. Damn, you like living life on the edge, huh? Oh yeah, I do. I definitely need to find some money in other ways. Let's see. Let's go to the herbalist for a second because I want to ask them about the flower. It's locked again. Maybe I can actually... Where was it again? Yeah, Helen. Oh, it's not here right now. It's locked. A death shroud is like a linceul? I also don't know what a linceul is. Ah, like a cloth piece you put like to literally shroud a dead. Okay, I get it. So like you shroud the skeleton and then you like put the bone meal on them. That's interesting actually. I still need to find that now though. I could probably also find that in a crypt then. Maybe it's too late. Let me check on evening again. Maybe they're home now. Where was this house again? Hallevan's house. He's still not home. Okay. Let's make it morning then. I just want to check like with different phases if they're home at any point. Where's Helen? Yeah, like not at home at any fucking point. I could also try to like talk to Diedrich's grandma again. Or to the apothecary. Have you heard of a herb called Senegalia Senegal? Senegalia? No, I have not. Is it a reagent of some sort? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna like save for a second because I'm scared that if I ask her about bone meal, she gets wary again. When I heard such a term, is that something made from bones? It's this ground up human bone. Do you know of any? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Asking random people about like ground up human bone is probably not the best thing to do. Have you already met Irving? I have to admit I am unsure. I have to admit I'm very unsure who Irving is, but I'm also very, very bad with names. I'm cheating a bit by telling you this, but if you read the Herbalist Guide attentively, you find what the plant you're looking for is. The Herbalist Guide.
The Baron is still keeping his own counsel.
You just got human bone so you can make your own bone meal already? Probably, right? I probably need to like find a grinder for that though. How long is the game? I have no idea how long it actually is. The Herbalist Guide. Is that a book at my father's house? Maybe we can just check if there's a book called The Herbalist Guide somewhere. Love and Excess, Robinson Crusoe. Maybe in the father's room. Another idea would be in the academy. There's a bunch of books there, so maybe there's also a book about herbalism. Merchants who the Priory River drownings. I'm stuck. Esoteric books. The Battle of Mark Cross, the Battle of Mark Cross Part 2. The Final Dance. No. Doesn't seem like the Herbalist Guide is anywhere here. Yeah, I can make bone meal myself. Let's actually check in our house again for a second if I can find a mortar and pestle somewhere. Probably in the kitchen, if anywhere. Some jars. Pretty sure I saw some mortar and pestle somewhere. Oh! Excuse me, what? A carefully... Wait, what? A carefully twisted the bottle, the heavy gears of some hidden mechanism echoed from below. Holy shit, I opened the door!
Thank you.
Wait, you missed message. There's one copy in the herbalist shop, and another in the academy. Academy is in the storage room, if I remember right.
Okay, I'm not able to, like, enter the herbalist shop, so maybe that's good to know. I left it that way. Can I go down there now? I should, when I put it in my inventory, obviously, like... Oh nice, there's some tinder boxes again and some... I didn't even need to buy that. A vial. Let's take all of that. And again, thank you, Gizga, for so much. Holy shit, buddy. What the hell? I'm just gonna save again. Yep, there's an enemy encounter. I'm just curious of what is here. Ghouls. I'm just fist fighting a zombie. Can I use ghouls to, like, cut off their meat? Yeah, I also thought, like, maybe I can get, like, the fat from a corpse here, but apparently I'm not able to do anything with a ghoul, sadly. Let's see, where does this lead to? Here's this tunnel exit. Surely I was outside the city walls. Sea cliffs? Oh shit, I'm down here now. Okay, let's just put the torch back in my inventory. And now that's the way into the forest. I don't want to go there. There's also some big ruins here when I look at this. That is definitely interesting. I'm guessing, especially going with the music right now, I'm guessing this might be a very useful way to flee the city. If anything might happen. It doesn't look like I can do anything here, though. By the way, am I actually healed, or am I still, like, super low life now? Can I see my health somehow? I would say don't tell me right now how to get the fat if I'm still struggling in a bit. I don't have that much time left. I would say if we don't find the way for the black candles in the next half hour, I would ask of you to maybe help me. But for now, that should be fine. So let's take the vials and to put them in another inventory slot. Okay, very good to know. Like that's, I guess that's always the best way we can handle, like, let's call it backseat gaming. I don't mind. I swung it shut, very good. I don't mind if people help me out, but please always wait for me actually asking you to help. Similar with like the herbalist shop and like where the book is. I don't mind you telling me this, but always please wait for me to actually say, hey, could somebody tell me? So let's see in the academy. Oh yeah, fuck! I'm still holding the knife in my hand, right? I can't fast travel while committing a crime. I was scared for a second. Practical herbalism. There's a deadly nightshade. Oh! Gum Arabic. Senegalia, Senegal. Hardened sap of an acacia tree. Found in Africa. Nearly impossible to cultivate outside of tropical environments. An emulsion of gum Arabic. Chamomile and blackberry leaf is useful for treating watery bowels. Burn on hot coals to cleanse a space and induce psychic visions. Huh. So it's hardened sap from a tree that can only be found in Africa. So I probably maybe... Let's check the market again. Maybe it's sold somewhere here. Does Sulan have something for me? Ah, okay, it's just turned away automatically. Baked foods, fruits and vegetables. Now my question really is, how am I supposed to like get some gum Arabic? very common food-safe thickener. Huh. I actually have never heard of that. Maybe just because, like, it's called something different in German. Oh, there's a fox going through town. No. If your character doesn't have the option to ask with a proper name, visit Diedrich's grandma. Always a good call to go to Diedrich's house. Hello, Sybil.
Hello again.
How's been in the city in the last 2 years? Your uncle governs with a firm hand, but he's fair, and there's work enough to go around. But Marans has a strange air these days. The guards are on edge, the aristocrats are more conceited than usual, and the dockers are riled up more often. It's like the moment that a potion is nearly done brewing, just near the tipping point. Gotta take it off the heat at just the right moment, or the whole thing spoils. I came to check in on you since poor Diedrich is in hospital. Oh yeah, nice. Trust increases, let's go. I need that. Well, how nice of you. I will be fine as long as he recovers soon. Here, I'll make you a cup of tea. Oh no, I'm not gonna ask her. Have you heard of a substance called Senegalia Senegal? Yes, the common name is gamma arabic. It's a spicy resin. It is common in some places, but we don't often see it here. Do you know where I might get some? I'm not sure. You could try the marketplace, I suppose. Some of the merchants there sell exotic items. Perfect. She also says that I should be able to find something like that in the market. I mean, Akram is like... nothing more.
Oh there, good Lisa. Can I interest you? Certainly. See here.
Yeah, the market is like the only place that like actually makes sense.
Fresh bread, rolls, Birox, please.
But finding someone who has actually like something that specific. Let's ask the Rux lady.
Welcome, sir. I have fabrics from across the north. With pleasure.
A silk ribbon, dyed silk and cloth. And yeah, I'm very poor, but I could sell something. There's another vegetable vendor. Yeah, I don't have any money left, but I could technically sell stuff. I just want to know where I can find it first. It still is saying that I need to locate a fruit or herb.
Alas, I am from Senegal, a land far from here on the western coast of Africa.
Oh, look at that, he is from Senegal.
Africa.
Oh, well, fuck, I'm hitting my microphone. Yeah, I'm talking about it with my Emperor right now. Yes, sir, if it is important product from my home country, though, a little enough of it makes it to here. The common name is gamma arabic. Do you know where you can get some of the substance? Let me take a look. He rummaged around inside a box behind his counter. Presently, he produced a small bag, which he handed to me. Here, this is the last that I have. I bowed in thanks. Wait, they actually just gave it to me for free? Nice. Not complaining that I got Gamma Rabbit for free. That was a lot easier than expected. I didn't even need to do anything. I just was able to like talk to this guy, realize he's like from Senegal, which is like the name of the place, and won. No, it's normal that people have like 20 to 30 seconds delay. Okay. Melissa's thankfully getting smaller. Oh wait, I didn't want to close it. Okay, I found the stuff I need to make a fine 3 black candles crafted from human flesh. I require bone meal for the repair ritual. Yeah, I still need to find a way to do that. I need to obtain a death shroud for the repair ritual to heal my skeleton minions. I think I want to like get all the things first before I do the rituals. Like all the rituals at once. Let's maybe ask the priest again if he like can give me a death shroud or something.
My child.
Good morning, my child. Thank you, I am. Okay, I can't ask anything of him anymore. Is it just me or is the music more fucked? I'm pretty sure the music is more fucked than before. As I approached a guardsman on my right, sprung in my face from my left. A guardswoman has shouted.
Who goes there?
Do you have permission to enter Fritz Carnell's Grim?
The pair were clearly on edge. I needed to trick these guards into letting me have a moment alone with Fritz so that I could obtain some chunk of flesh for my candles. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Of course, yeah, the fucking guy that just died. Might I have a private moment? Fritz was a close friend of my father's, almost like a big brother to me.
Oh, okay. You may have a minute in private.
Don't try anything funny, mind. We're right here.
I pulled out my knife and swiftly cut 3 chunks of flesh from the sizable buttocks of a nobleman. Oh my god. Oh, this game is so fucked. That's some giant chunks of meat I got from that man's ass. Cool. Okay, now I have a fat. That is a definitely very decrepit looking corpse already. Jesus. That was easier than I expected. I didn't even realize that I could do this. That's funny as fuck. Okay, how do I make candles out of that now? I just swiftly cut off the ass of a dead man to get my candles. Isn't that something? Maybe I can ask something about how to make candles of somebody? A guide I saw on YouTube was ahead of the segment, thankfully, offered an alternative. In fact, I don't think they knew about the Grim. Yeah, same. Like, I didn't realize you can do that. They went just murder a guy and cut him open. Holy shit, you actually... Yeah, that's interesting that you can actually just, like, commit murder to, like, get the human flesh you need. That's probably also the way how you get zombies. What the fuck, seriously? Another question is, does Diedrich's grandma maybe know something about how to create candles? How's your health been? Better than most my age, I think. I still got the old herbalism kit, and Halen slips me what I need. Do you know why he tended to my father's remains? Can't say I do. Could be Gervais, but and Halen isn't one to turn down work. Not with all that money he tosses away on dice. The luck's always done right for me. Cause there ain't no stopping old age entirely. Least there shouldn't be. Let's see how she reacts when I ask about bone meal.
Oh, hello again.
Okay, I can live with like -1 on both. The woman peered oddly at me. It's pulverized bones, do you know? I do not. I suppose you could use a pestle and mortar, but dear, I have no idea why you would ask such a thing. Yeah, that's definitely fair. That was too many points that I lost there. Let's go. I can probably use the thread from like the needle and thread here for the candles. I need a mold, a candle mold. Just see where I can get something like that. Look at that, mortar and pestle. Can I steal that? Didn't take anything. You didn't see a thing. Oh fuck. Oh shit. What the? I got stuck there. Okay, now I actually also have a pestle and mortar, which is very good. I mean, yeah, the bone part was obvious. I just maybe wanted to ask if she like somehow knows where I can get like pestle and mortar. I got one now that I, you know, stole from her. Let's just go to the Deadman's Gate again. Can you open the gates, please? Thanks, bro. Can I just pick up random bones here? I saw some lying around before. Let's try this. Bones in there. Pestle and mortar in there. Bam, bone meal. That's cool. Okay, now I have bone meal I can use. Ah, fuck. Okay, don't double tap a button. Wait, can I recreate that? Yeah, if you press the journal button too quick, it zooms off the book again. That's cute. Okay, you have the fat now. The chandelier would have a mold, I think. Yeah, the issue is just like, is there a chandelier? The guy your mom has a relationship with. That wasn't a chandelier, right? That was a fucking farmer. I still also need to find who Nikos is. The Sands ritual requires a personal burial item of my father, something interred with his ashes in the family crypt. Apparently, in an earlier version of the game, you could break down skeletons into bones to obtain bone meal. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe he's a channeler. I need to check that again then. Although, let's go in the crypt for a second. To find, like, the personal item. Apparently, if I understand this correctly, there's a personal item for our fathers here. Let's also equip the dagger just to be sure of monsters. There's the seance ritual place. Hand axe. The reinforced door to the lower catacombs was smashed and hung limply on the hinge. I could not contemplate going past this point without good reason. I'm really into safe scumming now. I can't even go in there, okay? Zelig's urn. The bars of my father's alcove had been torn apart. His urn lay on its side, his ashes spilled. I searched gingerly amongst the ashes for the personal burial item I would need for the ritual, but alas, there was none. Find a clue. Then I spotted a faint set of footprints from some bare, misshapen feet. My eyes followed them away towards the broken door and through into the lower catacombs. I would have no choice but to brave the depths to find this priceless item. I should surely raise and arm as many skeletons as I could in order to protect me. I could ask no mortal accomplice to do this. Okay, so that's where we need the skeleton for, to find the personal item of our father. So I at least want like 2 or 3 skeletons for this. Let's just unequip that again.
Thank you.
Damn you,
Stealing
censorship.
from Grandma Diedrich? I was alright with murdering someone and desecrating their bodies, but now you've crossed a line.
Thanks for the money, though. Guess I have to steal more from the grandma. Obtuse YouTuber self-censorship double-speak time. Oh yeah, what would it be? Like unaliving and weirdly touching corpses? I mean, unalived bodies. There's a lot of people chilling around here on daytimes. What is this? This city's old lime kiln had been repurposed to suit our new funerary practice that was used for cremations. Ah. I guess this is like a way into the slums from here. Okay, I automatically put away the weapon. That's good. Let's see. We actually are getting things done way easier than expected. We have almost everything. What we now need is a death shroud. We still need to like see where I can get one. I mean, technically speaking, the guy whose ass we cut open had a death shroud. Let's maybe like actually follow up on what Lantern said and see if that guy is actually a chandelier. I mean, yeah, candles must have been a giant business considering that you need light at night. Cluck, cluck. Nobody's here yet. Let's see if I can just go... I can advance time while I'm outside the city. Grenadiers were also often farmers, cause who has access to beeswax and animal tallow first. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh shit, pipe. Oh. Okay, let's advance time and check if I can like do anything with a farm. Still locked. There's like nobody outside here as well. There's a windmill. And yeah, of course, churches have a lot of candles, but the thing for me is now just... Where could we find a chandelier? Like maybe we can just like make candles. We don't even need that. I think there wouldn't be like any issue with just like trying. Let's try to make some candles. Safety measure, saving. Let's see, I have these like 3 beautiful chunks of meat there. Let's see, probably need a pot for that as well, don't I? Let's put it here, take the fat and... How do we turn this human flesh into candles? Maybe just like human flesh and grease. That would be funny. Why do I have a jug of goat's milk? Have you tried asking the candle maker? No, I was trying to like find a candle maker. I'm like struggling to do that. Do you know where the candle maker is? I have seriously like no clue. Oh my god! I did not see the candle maker on the map. Okay.
How may I assist you?
I forgot you. You literally was. Well, oh my god, that's so on me. That's so on fucking me. They literally introduced him to you in the beginning of a chapter. Might I speak with you about making candles? Yeah. I have all the candles you need here. One such as you need, and not dirty your hands. I seek not to make my own. I merely find the topic fascinating. Oh yes, indeed it is. Traditionally, candles were made by boiling tallow, that is animal fat, in water. We still make cheap ones this way, but their flame is very smoky. I make most of mine the modern way, but replicating tallow with beeswax. They do cost a bit more though.
Certainly.
Let's see, it's just like, yeah, candles. And tinder box. Okay. So, let's go with John again. I've learned that candles may be made by boiling flesh in water. So I have my cooking pot here. I need to fill the cooking pot with water first. Do we have running water in the house? Don't know if I can just like use seawater. Let's just see if I can fill the pot up here. Jetty? Ah, here. Water. Fill the cooking pot with water. Yeah. Okay, stove. Open my inventory. I need the cooking pot that is still in my hand. Here, and then... Bam. Holy black candles. That would be so funny. And I instantly just get a candle out of it. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. I like how the black candles is just like the white candles, but like made darker. Works, I guess. Okay, now we have 3 black candles. Give me my pot with water back, please. And put it underneath the other pot. Having obtained a witch's knife and 3 black candles, I need to bring these together with a skeleton to the cemetery at night to attempt the animate ritual. I think that's a perfect thing we can do to for the finale of today. Like I said, it's gonna be like a little bit shorter because I don't have that much time, but we're progressing pretty well. Although, shit, we're missing one more thing. The Death Shroud. I'm not gonna do the ritual before we don't have the Death Shroud. Because I wanted to ensure that I can actually heal my skeletons. Maybe we can ask Albrecht about this. Maybe he knows where I can find a Death Shroud. No. Where could we find a Death Shroud? Oh yeah, I know about the introspective dialogue. That's the same when you like try to heal them. Well, I got you, well, I know you got 2 skeleton locations, yeah. We found the skeleton in the crypt, and we were able to dig up another one, so I just know where I can dig it up again. Oh, my headset is. So... let's definitely find out where I can find one of these. My first idea would be the cathedral again. Okay, saved, and let's check. The most terrifying thing about a church instantly making us feel... oh, there's a brazier we can steal from here as well. Would have saved me a lot of money, to be honest. Honestly, the most terrifying part about us entering a church making us feel ill is that it basically confirms that God is real in this world. Meaning, the second we die, we are going to suffer. No, we're not just gonna like quickly. I have enough time left over. Don't worry. I just want to like keep enough like of a buffer. So everything should be fine.
My child?
That might be the case, that I actually might be unable to enter the church fully once this might happen. Father Constantine. As I entered the room, I saw a younger priest leafing through the pages of a heavy-looking book. He looked up and nodded at me, but his attention returned quickly to his reading. Could you help me obtain a Death Shroud? I could not indeed. Good afternoon, my lord. He straightened his cassock in an exaggerated fashion and returned pointedly to his book. I spoke with a woman in the slums. Rosa Dalfara. I don't know who you're talking about. I have studies to attend to. He returned to his books, his face close that his nose almost touches the page. From the little I could then see of his angry face, it was clear that he was more focused on me than his studies. As a learned man, I was hoping you could help me with my studies. He continued to eye me guardedly.
You flatter me. In truth, I am not yet knowledgeable, so soon out of the seminary at Kani.
He straightened his cassock in an exaggerated fashion. Okay, he doesn't have anything else for me. Oh wait, they actually have changed color. Yeah, I mean, they're blue flames, but I thought that was always the case. I didn't notice that. Holy shit. But really, Gisgurf, I'm happy that you're like this into it, but please. You telling us about, yeah, the sickness gets worse. It is going into spoiler territory. I know how it feels, like, so sitting there like, ooh. But please, hold back a little bit. Hey, Drake, nice to see you here as well. two guards turned to face me with a suspicious look. Thank you for accompanying my visit. I apologize for startling you. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything else here. You don't have to feel bad about it, just so that you know that I want to experience these things on my own. So you don't have to, like, say too much, please. You're playing a lot of Kenshi? I mean, you always talk about, like, how much you like Kenshi. Also, a basin. So many basins I could just have fucking stolen. Grave mistake I could also. Oh, there's Irving. The gravedigger stood over a freshly dug hole, resting on his shovel. I wish a word with you.
I wanted to talk to the living. I'd find another line of work.
Very fair, Scrooge.
And
You cremated my father recently. I wanted to ask you for some questions.
well, I've no interest in answering them. Good day to you.
Oh, please,
Look, I said good day. Did it all nice and kindly. But if you don't leave me to my work, I'll turn nasty fast. Now get. Go on.
He really doesn't like me. I'm here to avail myself of his services. I figured something like that was on the cards. About time you got to the real reason you're here. You aristocratic types only consort with me when you're after something. Spit it out then, what is it? I need a death shroud. Why on earth would you want that? Some sick fancy of yours? Lord, but your upper class types have strange taste. It will be worth your while. Aye. That's what your kind always say. Toss some coin and expect me to look the other way. Lucky for you, I've got a fondness for coin. But I ain't dumb enough to render my services without knowing why. What's your game? I'm willing to pay 10 crowns if you stop asking questions. I want to torment a certain someone. Blow, once again, you are a huge fan of just directly talking to church officials about committing actual crimes and harming your reputation for no reason. Hey, come on! Let me enjoy things! Okay. I want to torment a certain someone. The shroud is meant to give them a proper scare. His trust increased! Ah, the Lord has a morbid sense of humor. Want to see someone squirm? I remind them what death looks like. You mentioned payment, so we'll be having that, of course. But who's the victim? Evan's lips curled into an eager sneer, the closest thing to a smile that I'd ever seen grace that sour face of his. It's Diedrich, Lucas, Hannah Miller, the farmer, Father Oliver Huber, that bitter old priest. Ha! That holier than thou layabout. I work with that git more than anyone else, and hardly ever a kind word from him. How will you use the shroud? I'll hang it in the secretary along with his vestments. Place it in his bedchambers, so that he can be reminded of his mortality, his sins. Yes, yeah, that sounds scare the bastard nicely. Were there any other particulars? Yes, the shout must come from the body of someone who has recently died. The shout has to be recently worn, if you understand. Oh, that's a lot to ask. And unnecessary for a scare to come to think of it. It makes for a better joke. Spend 1 skill point to explain that you want them to feel the stench of death. Is there actually like a way to like increase certain points?
Thank you. Here is a tip my Necromancer made.
Thank you, Dreg. Thank you for calling me your Necromancer mate. Okay, let's explain the stench of death thing. I'm unsure if I have found a way. I'm really unsure if I found a way to, like, increase my stats so far. I don't even know if that's a possibility. Need a bit of freshness, eh? That smell of rotting flesh and flaked skin. Very well then, I can't argue with authenticity. However, about my fee, it will be 10 crowns. I'm afraid I can't pay that. Then come back when you can. Okay, let's see if I can sell some shit. Let's go to the general store.
Welcome. Browse. Oh, of course. The best prices you can find in all of the mart.
Worth more if I could find the right buyer. Let's have a military battle. Bam! 10 crowns. To the graveyard again and pay the fucker.
What?
About that shroud. Of course, yeah. I'll have your shroud ready shortly. Just meet me at the graveyard during my next shift. Shwoop. Shwoop. Shwoop.
What?
This will make the bastard priest squirm in his frock. Perfect! We have everything to summon skeletons now. Blur, a cat boy in this stream, it's more likely than you think. At some point, maybe, if I have more time for this. Would be funny to actually like set up a goal for like, I don't know, $500 and I'm wearing a cat maid costume. Alright, time to go to DG's grandma's house and just start stealing things. Why? I already have everything I need. Okay, I'm just quickly,
Ooh.
yeah. Let's put this over here as well. Gonna be a maid costume to with a big ass scythe. I have a peculiar taste. You have the right taste, is what I'm hearing. Blur, you have no idea? Oh no. Do you think people would pay for that? Sorry, did I hear that right? How much for the maid costume? You have no idea what horror you have unleashed upon yourself. It's evening, let's make it night. Dr. Maya to open the gate.
At night? Hold on while I open the gate. Be careful.
Okay, it's time. Blur, turn off donations before Gizmo gives his life savings for this. Oh my god. I swear to god, if the guy gives us so much money, I'm gonna refund him. Fucking hell. Okay, it's saved. It's time to set up a grave mist. Go to wear the tail to finish up the costume. I don't want that guilt on your conscience. I really hope that Gizgov has like the restraint to not like ruin himself financially for this. This was a complete skeleton, worn and aged looking, certainly, but surely suitable for animating with my ritual. I took it. Okay, now we have a great looking skeleton. Didn't even have to dig for this one. The animate spot is right around here. Animate. I could feel the dead calling. This was a perfect location to perform the animate ritual. I resolved to proceed with the ritual. I stood alone in the clearing, the materials of the ritual close at hand. I studied the scene around me. I cast my eyes upon the many colorless grasses that surrounded me, the dull stone of the graves, and the somber leaves of the lone tree above. All these hues seemed to dance against my eyes. The crisp night welcomed me, and seemed eager to witness my next move. I hefted the skeleton in my arms and moved it to the chosen spot. I delicately arranged the bones to fit within the area where I would carve the glyph. Having carefully laid out the inanimate body, I took a step backwards. I drew out the witch's knife and felt it surge against my crib, as though it were attempting to retreat from the coming ordeal. I held the blade firmly. I tightened my grip, and in time the writhing hilt began to calm its otherworldly tremors. With an eager hand, I stabbed into the dirt and dragged the blade against the soil, opening a great gash into the earth. I half expected the ground to bleed as I carved one line after another, in accordance with the diagram in the spellbook. One by one, I placed the black candles in their proper configuration, feeling the potency of a ritual grow within each motion. I withdrew the spellbook and studied the words within. As I spoke, the candles blazed brightly, one by one, and the gashes that I had cut into the earth glowed with an otherworldly hue. When the last syllable escaped my tongue, a stillness crept over my surroundings. The sounds that had played against my ears went silent. The colors became more muted, and at last the bones began to stir. The figure tentatively moved right itself, and at last it stood before me. It turned its head in my direction, and although the skull had only teeth, I imagined a sinister grin forming across the cavity that was its mouth. I grinned back. We fucking fell into... Oh god, that's not good. But my pleasure expression lingered only for a moment. The skeleton stepped towards me, and with each crack in its bony feet, a tremendous pain spread throughout my body. I felt as though I had exerted myself for days, as though I had undergone a great ordeal. I became the very embodiment of exhaustion. The landscape around me swirled and spiraled, and then coalesced into a single shadowy blur. I felt myself failing, but the descent was endless, forever awaiting the moment of impact. I scrambled forward, but there was no direction in which I could advance. All the space around me had lost its shape, and I was nowhere. The blur became a tunnel, its walls writhing and unsteady. From behind me, I heard a terrible snarling and then the crackling of bone and snapping of sinew. Strange creatures lumbered through the misshapen passage, their bodies made of shards and shadow. If they caught me, I felt that they would at once envelop my body and gash in it 1,000 different places.
A shame. He is not as sturdy as we'd hoped.
Be kinder to the poor lad. He's only just begun to learn the art.
The voices around me had no fixed location. I looked back over my shoulder, only to see the shadowy beasts in eager pursuit. When I turned towards, a young man stood before me, wearing the clothes of an academic. He turned in my direction and frowned. No, that's not nearly fast enough. All those years of study, and the knowledge will be gone in an instant. I'll have to run much faster than that. I pushed past the apparition, brushing its shoulder as it stood. A moment later, I heard the gnashing of teeth and a horrendous shriek uttered in my own voice. Ah!
A pity that he could not help himself.
Sorry, I'm not reading the chat right now. I'm trying to focus on this section. What's going on? I won't, because I have my cousin's wedding and my grandma's 19th anniversary coming up, and people in my family have started looking at my spending, so I have to be careful, but otherwise I would. Oh, Jesus Christ, no! No, you wouldn't! Seriously, don't spend so much money on a no-name YouTuber like me. Seriously. Like, I massively appreciate you thinking of me highly enough to spend so much money, but if it's financially affecting you, please don't do it. Think of yourself first.
The past is rarely a help to anyone. It brings only trouble and pain.
Relatively speaking, the gifts I do are far more reasonable. I mean, Habit, at least your gifts are like $5 each month or something. That's fine, instead of instantly spending so much money over a few weeks on me. I'm not worth that much money, seriously.
But all will be okay. I know it.
We must not be wasteful.
Oh.
Never wasteful.
And new voices joined the chorus, brittle and coarse like gravel. Are these witches part of a cult? Who are you?
You ask questions that do not matter.
Ahead of me, another figure materialized within my endless tunnel. He held a phantom book in his hand and gestured towards an invisible board behind him. All this work for nothing then? What a waste. I rushed past, feeling the shadows at my heels. Again, a cacophony of torn flesh and screams erupted from behind me.
The child is nearly spent. You must stop the hunt.
But what can we do? It is in his hands.
We could lend the child a bit of help.
But too much will make him weak. He must learn for himself.
Yes, he must not become frail. but he is of no use if obliterated.
The grave voice was booming now, its words a clear command, an irresistible force of intent. Is that the Lich?
Very well, very well.
I felt the shadows snip at my heels, and their touch was like a cold spear of ice cutting against my flesh. The pain caused me to stumble, and I was sure that the strange forms would overtake me at any moment. But I heard a cry from the motherly woman, a word loud and clear that I did not understand, a word of power. Then the walls of the tunnel began to break, with grand thunderous cracks that spat across their surface. The shadows pitched from side to side and screeched with a glassy tenor. The rending of the walls intensified, and soon they collapsed inwards, not from above, but from all sides. I fell to my knees, and I curled into a ball. I covered my head with my hands. Let's do that. But I could feel the imploding tunnel crush my body. The pain was all encompassing, but through it I could hear the scratching and moaning of the shadows within had hunted me. We were all of us trapped beneath a monumental weight. Ages passed, and I sensed the heavens circling overhead. At last I heard the shifting of stone, and felt my broken body pulled free of our wreckage. I was aware of swaying forms above me and a changing wind. I felt myself floating, with shadows passing overhead at intervals, until I came to a laboured stop and was dragged once more, this time across a sandy, coarse surface. Then the motion stopped.
That's enough.
We cannot approach any further. This will have to do.
But look how delicate he is, shielding his head just so. Such a shame we cannot tend to him ourselves. The figures lingered above me a while longer, then evaporated into the passing wind. As my mind turned black, a voice new but distantly familiar emerged from the void. It was faint, but even so, an intense anger permeated every syllable. They help you now, but it is a sham, a pantomime created to beguile you. Do not trust the voices that beckon. They will undo you. Was that our father? A deep and primordial stupor engulfed me. I felt as though I had not yet been born, as though my being was still swirling in the unformed morass that would become the universe. My memories seemed like imagined dreams of a future, and my future was a faint echo of the past. You know my game of the year so far, Drag, right? It's not Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I haven't played it yet. Actually thought if I want to buy the first one for Switch. Only briefly did existence return to me. Figures moved about me. The words muffled and the rhythm of their speech. Staccato?
He seems more responsive. I wonder what the young lord remembers.
He has been muttering in his sleep. Strange things. Strange places.
Not safe. Dangerous names to speak in such a voice.
Their words reached me, and I had just enough time to detect a sinister intonation before my mind dissolved into subconsciousness. When I next awoke, I found a small beetle trudging across the voids and fabric that ensnared me. I at last realized that I was in a bed with the sheets tucked rightly around my body. The beetle continued in its solidarity track, disappearing behind a fold in the fabric. When I looked up, I saw a witchly figure standing over me. Robes draped over her thin shoulders, she smiled over an unearthly grin.
It seems our patient has awoken.
My Game of the Year also didn't come out this year. Don't worry. It's just like Game of the Year that I've played this year. If I talk about the games from this year, what is... I don't even know what my Game of the Year would be. I actually don't know. Wouldn't need to think about anything else that released this year. I usually just play... I had a hard time deciding on Game of the Year. I usually just play what I feel like playing at the moment. Yeah, that's also me. But I like to make these like lists of everything that I've beaten at the end of the year. Talking about like literally everything. Another voice taunted from beyond the corridor.
Let us hope this waking puts those strange mutterings to rest.
You are too optimistic, sister. Such things do not leave the mind easily.
She smiled at me again as footsteps clapped against the stone floor, growing louder and louder, boring into my skull, until at last they came to a halt beside me.
His condition is much improved. Good afternoon. Do you know who I am?
I do not know you. Some wrench come to ruin me? I know not you, nor the ghostly woman who stands behind you. Well, the substance is probably also just like an imagination of my mind. I do not know you.
No, I suspected you might know. But we will be better acquainted soon enough.
This guy's hair color is...
Donald Campbell of Glasgow, the head doctor here.
This Donald's hair color is the exact same as the skin color of another Donald I know. No, I suspected you might not, but we will be better acquainted soon enough. I mean, the thing is, I also don't like play everything on release date, but there's a lot of games I play on release. Like, of course, I played Space Marine on release, Dragon's Dogma, like Donkey Kong when it came out. There's like a lot of games I buy on release, but there's obviously way more games that I'm interested in that I don't buy on release just because I don't have the time or money to play them right now. Like, technically speaking, I'm still like super interested in like playing something like the Avatar game that released by Ubisoft. And I could get it for like $10 at this point because I waited. Isn't Donald Duck white-skinned? Is his head that orange? I'm not talking about Donald Duck here. His words cut through me, and I felt a great unease about his knowledge of my future. My foggy mind could not see the truth. In the final embers of my consciousness, I heard the man mutter a command.
He seems well enough. The twins can tend to the patient from here.
I entered the black again, but after what felt like only an instant, a gasp pulled me into the world of the living. The light had changed. Everything was coated in midnight blue. I could not help but notice the fluttering curtains at a nearby window. An edge of a delicate fabric had caught a splinter of wood and risked tearing it in the breeze. Blur, is that you? Or is that still some strange dream? Oh fuck, that's Diedrich next to us! Is he feeling better finally? I turned to see a familiar figure standing upright in the bed next to mine, but I could recall neither name nor how we knew each other. The friendly-looking man squinted at me, as much as a stupor as I was. Holy, we are really fucked right now. The ritual like destroyed us mentally. No, it can't be you. Yesterday you were my grandmother. The day before that, the fish peddler from the market. But tomorrow you'll be the queen herself. Too many people at once. Words flooded from my mouth without conscious thought. I am already a monarch! Are you a ghoul or a sage? Neither, I reckon. Then again, would I know if I was? Bit of a heavy thought that, likely to make the eyes droop. In fact, it is making my eyes And with that, my friend slumped into a stupefied slumber, which is soon followed. When I next opened my eyes, I was sure that I saw double, and yet my senses seemed more firm than before. 2 faces with mops of bright red hair regarded me, smiling.
Looks like we finally got some signs of life.
Oh, yeah, that's the lady from the academy.
About time, too. I was
Holy!
worried the doctor had given us a corpse.
Holy fuck, look at that chat over here.
A healer from far off Ireland.
Look at the chat of a man. I'm also not talking about Ronald McDonald.
A fine-looking corpse that would be.
Aye, but look at his brow. It's furrowed deep. Poor thing must be having dark dreams.
I'd say those dreams suit him if he wasn't running such a fever. I'll fetch some cool water.
And I'll get some fresh linens.
I slipped away again, but the spell of darkness was short this time. I regained consciousness and found the 2 of them still tending to my feverish body. And in this way, the morning passed, with me ebbing in and out of sleep, forever greeted by their tender, delicate attention. Can I just say, like, the writing is so fucking beautiful? Have you never met Annie before this moment? I have talked to her in the academy. I was only by late afternoon that I felt well enough to sit up. The 2 smiling faces met mine, and it occurred to me that they must have been brother and sister. For nothing else could explain the abundant similarities in their features and mannerisms.
There we are. Properly awake at last.
How are we feeling, love?
I feel much better.
Well, of course you do. You've got some proper healers at last, haven't you?
A personal touch goes a long way. It's nice to see you awake again. This is my brother Connor, also a healer by trade.
Perhaps it would be best if we assessed your clarity of mind. Let's begin with the last thing you remember.
I was conducting an experiment. I recall a strange place, a tunnel, many voices. I was being chased,
Plenty of tunnels around town. Could be you bumped your head in one of those.
I was quite sure that the cause of my condition was no mere bump on the head. The things I had witnessed were not simple flights of fancy or tricks of the imagination. Strange forces were beginning to orbit around me. Can you tell us your name, who you are? I'm Raton Blur van Elstrick, Zalik's son. I returned to Mans when I received word of his passing. My condolences. Sadly, this part of your memory is well intact. The circumstances around your father passing were certainly abrupt, but there's no need to get into that now. Are there any questions that you have for us? Yes, we would be happy to tell you what we know. The pair kept finishing each other's thoughts, tripping over each other to engage my attention. This was quite endearing, though in my befuddled state, a bit confusing too. Where am I? You are in the hospital in Mans. More specifically, you are in the recovery ward. We are quite well equipped here, thankfully. How did I get here? I'm afraid we don't know all of the details. Some workers from the dock found you in a nearby alley. They seemed to think you were in a drunkard until one of them recognized your face. But how exactly you ended up in that alley so near the hospital is beyond us. How long have I been here? Just a short spell, 3 or 4 days. For the first few, you slept, muttering strangely now and then. Gave the nuns plenty of reasons to bless themselves of our fear. Are there other patients? Of course, the ward here is not very large. Much of the hospital was converted into a fever containment wing, so we've had to squeeze a few of you into these rooms. I believe you know one of the other patients, Diedrich Vonestron. Vosenton. I never knew his last name, I think. I'm fucking slipping in my chair. Ugh. Stay up there. I want to stay in the middle of the camera. I strained to turn my neck. Diedrich was sleeping in a bed beside me, his brow furrowed by the agitation of some strange dream. This was the man I had spoken to the night before. Diedrich, Lloyd Diedrich, on the mend at last after that unfortunate incident with a grave mist trap. Can you tell me about yourself? Us? I suppose we've had something of an adventurous few years. My sister and I came down from Navan, far off in Ireland. We've got a bit of medieval. We've got a bit of medical experience, but Dr. von Salfelden has been training us to be surgeons. Healing keeps us busy enough. But when you lot are all tucked in and sleeping, I try to sneak in a bit of reading. And I try to sneak in a nap. I was getting tired again. Sister, see how he yawns. Well then, it's time to rest, isn't it? We can't have you getting worse, now that we've learned that what a chatterbox you are. Have a bit of sleep, and we'll check in tomorrow. I'm pleased to see you making recovery. The siblings smiled and stepped away. As they left, I felt the last remaining energy drain from my body, as though it had been waiting for their departure before granting me release. I lapsed once more into that turbulent slumber which had colored my days. A clatter of sounds brought me back to the realm of the living. I heard the rustle of starched fabric, the clinking of small metal objects, and hushed murmurs that for one seemed more pleasant than conspiratorial. The stiff turning of paper at last convinced me to open my eyes. I had hoped to see my spellbook once more, but instead I was greeted by the sight of Annie, sitting in a wicker chair, with a large but conventional text upon her lap.
Hello again.
Well, you certainly sleep for a spell. Feeling a bit more sprightly, are we? Connor, standing on the other side of my bed, watched me attentively. He beamed a bright smile in my direction. If you're up for it, why don't you get out of bed and have a walk around the ward? A stretch and a bit of chat would do you good. Come on, off you go now. The Baron will be coming by for an inspection shortly. When a man like that comes by, you tend to stop what you're doing right away. Enjoy a bit of freedom while you can. I looked at their encouraging glances. Uh-oh. Don't get hiccups. I looked at the encouraging glances and eased myself to the side of the bed. The cold floor felt refreshing after so many days encased in linen. As I stood, I recalled in a panic the incriminating items that had been in my possession when I collapsed during the ritual. I rummaged in my bag but could not find the spellbook, or the witch's knife, nor other arcane items or weapons. Where's all my shit? A library? Oh. A crack in the wall that leads me to what looks like corpses. That looks to be the autopsy. I approached Annie, but the young doctor did not look up as I stepped towards her. Her eyes continued to scan the lines of a book which rested in her lap. Then, at once, she looked towards me, her reading evidently complete. Her heavy necklace around her neck jostled gently as she smiled and raised her eyes to meet mine.
Hello again.
Getting to know your fellow inmates, eh? I wasn't aware we were prisoners. I am afraid so. And I'm your warden. After all, sickness is a prison for the body, don't you think? You cannot run about, you cannot eat what you want, and you certainly cannot mingle with a general public. When you put it like that. Ah, but don't fret, darling. Your sentence is nearly served. looking at how you're walking around, you'll be free. You'll be a free man in no time. Is there anything in particular on your mind, or is it still as swishy swirl in there? Annie, you're very pretty. She looked flustered and blushed bright red. Oh, thank you, Rise of Blur. I should speak with some of the others. Yes, it would be good for you to socialize a bit more. Especially before your uncle gets here. Bit of a wet blanket, that man. No offense. Looks like we can now just like freely explore this building. But I think this is a good point. Oh, look at that. We kept a lot of the things. Like I have my... that's interesting. I specifically have kept stuff like the Grave Soul, the Death Shroud, and the Senegal. And I lost all my weapons and like specific tokens from my... Yeah. That's interesting. So somebody took that specifically. Also, where are all my clothes? They're in my inventory. Let's just wear everything again. Now we look a lot nicer. And gonna save. Chapter 6. Isn't that good? We're progressing pretty steadily, I would say. That was great. I had a lot of fun. I'm still just like so in love with this game. So I warn you of something. You have limited time here, demonstrated by a limited number of interactions. I didn't know that's a thing. Okay, good to know for next time. But okay, that was a lot of fun. We're definitely gonna continue next week. Don't know if we're just gonna play this, but probably at least a bunch of this. I would like to like at least like complete like at least one chapter each stream. That would be probably good. What I can actually tell you though is I actually found out something pretty interesting. Maybe it should come today. I got an order in for a 3DS loading cable because I finally want to like use my 3DS again, and I found out that at this point, because you obviously know if you want to capture your footage from like a 3DS, you need like a 3DS capture card, which is like its own interesting process to like build into your 3DS. And the interesting thing that I found out is that people actually managed to make a software for 3DS to like stream your footage to your PC. And now I'm thinking I would really like to like set that up so that I'm able to like stream my 3DS footage to, for one, maybe play 3DS games on stream if there's like anything interesting, but for other, I want to make something like a Metroid video in the future, and we would make it like a full retrospective talking about all the games. And at least one of them is 3DS exclusive. So yeah, I would need to like get that footage somehow, or just getting like an emulator running, that also a thing. And what I would be would be really cool is to just like play through Kid Icarus Uprising on stream, because that's one of my favorite games of all time, and just show it off because it's like the best third-person shooter ever made, like without any question. But yeah, I'm just gonna like look around how hard it would be, because I would need to like hack my 3DS, and I am not good at that stuff. But okay, just to answer your question, Gisgath, I stream normally on Saturdays starting at 10 or 11 CET, like 10 or 11 AM CET, like German time. And yeah, Metroid, like Metroid Prime, exactly. I want to talk about all the Metroid games, meaning Metroid 1 through 5, and then also Prime 1 to 4. Which is obviously going to be quite the project. And I'm just like recording the games in the background. I only have like a few things recorded so far, but you know. But okay, I'm just gonna end it off here. It was a very fun, short stream. And I hope I see all of you again next week. Until then.